or the to furnish us a copy of that report. We're going to go back to a lightning round. Ms. Herrera.
All right, lightning. I'm going to speak fast. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I understand that this is for Mr. Miller. Lennar is not actually legally allowed to buy land acquired by Rialto in this agreement. However, Lennar has recently decided to begin buying land and building homes in Southwest Washington, the same area Rialto owns huge amounts of undeveloped land that remains deadlocked. Can you explain this decision? Are there laws prohibiting Lennar and Rialto from discussing the loans in the land that they own, meaning you have access to competitors, other developers, you have their financials, basically. Can you share that information? And further, what is to stop Rialto from sitting on the undeveloped land to jack up the price of developments Lennar is planning? And that's, you could speak to that if you'd like, but primarily for Mr. Miller.
Thank you for your question. Boy, there are so many things. I feel like I'm sitting here as a villain and I don't get to answer any of the questions. Let me say,
to a lot of broken homes in my neck of the woods, you are a villain, and I'm that's not my personal, but I have a lot of broken homes.
Thank you. I understand that, and we remain sensitive to that in our offices every day. We are engaged to do a business that is difficult, and sometimes it's a little bit it's adversarial and uncomfortable, and there's no question about that. We're very sensitive to that. We recognize the landscape. I have to start by answering the question and telling you, we did not pay 8 cents for these loans. No,
okay, not my question, Mr. Miller, and I have very limited amount of time. It's more specific to Lennar and Rialto, the land that's held, the information that's shared, and the financials.
Okay.
And you can provide the rest in writing as far as the 8 cents. I'm happy. I'll continue the dialogue.
Thank you. We have to recognize that Lennar put $250 million of cash that sits behind the loan and comes out pari passu with money to the FDIC. We do not play games for our home building business or anything else by investing in loans in any area of this country. Our home building operations enters various areas of the country having nothing to do with the activities, of Rialto.
Well, reclaiming my time, I actually find it interesting that when Clark County was the largest and fastest growing county in the state of Washington, that Lennar wasn't there. Every home builder in like the West Coast was there, but Lennar wasn't there until everything went down, and there's these holdings by a company that isn't the same, but they're cousins, so to speak.
At that time, it was not economically feasible. Land prices were high and very difficult for us to enter that market. We're entering that market for different reasons. Yes, we have loans in the Rialto portfolios and the FDIC portfolios in those areas. Understand that every time we end up through Rialto taking back a piece of land, and unfortunately taking it back from one developer, we cannot sell that land to our home building operations and don't intend to, but we're enabling a competitor, another home builder, to build on that piece of land at a lower basis. So we are actually invigorating the economy by putting the land in someone else's hands. We are not holding these tracts of land for some future date or for some other reason.
And there's no financial information that's shared between the two on the land that's held.
Recognize there is no financial information that's shared, nor would it matter. Remember, our financial information as a public company is available to everyone. There are no trade secrets in that, and we certainly don't seek financial information on any of our competitors, either through loans that we have or through other means.
Ma'am, if I could quickly just tell you that the audit that we are doing now with Rialto, we are paying particular attention to the controls over transactions with affiliates. So that is an audit step that will be in the audit that you should expect later this summer.
I want to thank our witnesses. I